Inspection chambers, or simply called chambers. Chamber na access point for an underground system or facility. You come up for your building now, check any window toilet. Directly under that window toilet, you can see one block where they mount. Now they call chamber. If you dey level with your ground for outside, your plumber sabi work. If you know dey, I don't know. If you define am the way you want am. So if you be plumber, you be developer, or you be engineer, you go like watch this video to the end, because by the time you watch am and you want do your next project, you could decide which kind of chamber you want use. So before we start, I beg make una like, make una share, and most importantly, I beg make una subscribe. Make una subscribe because I go to drop ogbonge content for this page, and I no go like you make you miss out. I go like you make you support me. My name is David, #1 plumber for Nigeria, wey sabi. Let's get started. So any junction where pipe from different sources they meet, or any bend around the house where pipe won't pass, and there we put inspection chambers, because that's where it's most likely for blockage to happen. So that's where we run to if there's need to do a maintenance. Now, two type of chamber we use predominantly for Nigeria. One a block chamber, the other one a plastic chamber. So for the block chamber, just very straightforward process. For that junction we mount block around it to create an housing. Of course, we create a base, then we mount block around it, then we create a cover that is being casted. And that cover we go to open to access her. On the other hand, plastic chamber get three main entity. One, na the chamber itself. Secondly, na the riser. Then thirdly, na the cover. Wetin be the work of that riser? In case you dey go deeper and deeper, because our work majorly na about slope. In case you dey go deeper and deeper, riser go dey help you to gain more height, so that your cover go still dey the level of your ground or compound. Now you don't understand the difference between the two. Now, make I talk about the advantages and disadvantages of block chamber. One, block chamber dey cheap. It's very cheap per chamber. If you dey do per chamber like 2,500, 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira, depending on your location. Lekki plumber no go gree me if they do them like 10,000. Now na sabi. Secondly, the materials they readily available. I mean, material who they need majorly for block chamber now: rod, chippings. Some plumber not even they use chipping. Rod, chipping, cement, then wood to cast your cover now. So materials are available, so there's nothing stalling your project, and that's it. And secondly, since now you dey cast them, if he house any size of pipe, so even if na 6 inches they run around and 4 inches need to enter, of course, as the pipe don't do it, we just mount your house around it. Now the advantages of block chamber with that. So let's talk about the disadvantages. One, it can collapse over time. If you dey waterlogged area, your chamber will give way. Secondly, Nigerian rat. Fear those guys, especially Lagos rats. They chop through chamber. Now what I don't see. They go chop through your chamber, find way enter your house, make sure say no be only they chop the rice with your house. I mean, creating room for other rodents. So one of the major disadvantages of block chamber be that. And lastly, it's always very difficult to achieve that. Let me not use the word very difficult, but it takes a level of expertise to achieve that leveling of the cover with the ground. So now the disadvantage of block chamber be that. Now let me go straight to the plastic chamber. Advantages of plastic chamber be say, one, the major property of plastic is it doesn't corrode. So they corrode, they collapse. So if you dey house for 1,000 years, I mean, generation upon generation still fit contact you say, my papa do am. Yeah. If you dey your house for 1,000 years. Secondly, it's easier to achieve leveling of ground with plastic because, of course, it's well measured. I mean, factory fitted. Sabi all those English we talk now. But it's easier to achieve a good level with the cover of your chamber when you're using plastic chamber. These are one of the sweet advantages of plastic chamber, and one way or the other it helps you direct your sloping. I mean, there's a way it will not just allow you run your pipe if it's not well sloped. So more like a guide for plumbers when they slope their pipe using the plastic chamber. So now one of the major advantages of plastic chamber. The disadvantage, we say, in cost. I'm not gonna lie, you cost where the chamber alone can go as far as 20 something thousand or 30,000. Then the riser, if you go as far as 15,000, one riser. Some places if they use two risers. Then the cover, now in the expensive pass, because now they bear the load. Another major advantage I forgot to mention is that it allows drive-through. That's plastic chamber. If you drive your Jeep over, it allows it. If you park on top of himself, it allows it. It's that strong to bear the load. It's one of the reasons why the cover are always expensive. So basically, that's the advantage of plastic chamber. So when you want to build your next project, you could decide which one. If you say you pay. So I want you to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video I'll be dropping. See ya. Until next time.